This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, great. So we are all set and recording is on. First of all, let me tell you guys that what is the agenda of this boot camp and what all things we are going to cover and learn today. Apart from that, if you guys get any question in between, feel free to put it into the chat section in place of like unmuting and speaking because that can uh, cause lots of disturbance in between. And I will try to address all your questions from the chat section. So today we will see the detailed training on SelectorsHub Test Cases Studio. Then we'll see how to handle shadow DOM, SVG elements, iframe, dynamic invisible element, and then we will have a short quiz as well. So you guys will get the certificate as well for attending and successfully clearing the quiz. And then a new tool which I have recently invented, Test Case Hub. So that also I will show you guys. And lots of great concepts you will learn throughout uh, in this technical bootcamp. So the very first thing is Test Case Studio. Test Case Studio, what it does, what it is, Test Case Studio is a free browser plugin to generate the manual steps along with the screenshots automatically with a huge time saver features. So like you see that today when you test any application, so how do you do the testing of that application? So suppose we have to like we are on google.com, and if we want to do the testing of this if we want to do the testing of like Google search for an example here. So if we search something here, let's say we are searching selectors hub, and then we are going to some pages and other stuff like from here if we go to this page, then we right click, then we click on let's say practice page, click here, and then enter some value here, let's say, then you have entered something here, then something here, and we have did a right click here and then trying to click here, but we are not able to enter the value here. So in this case, we want to reproduce this issue or we want to file a bug here, but how can we file the bug? None of us can recall all the steps we have followed to reach here. So in this scenario, in this kind of situation, it becomes like really complicated whenever there are like, let's say you have followed some 50 or like 60 steps to generate a bug. And if you have to write or recall those steps to reproduce the bug or to tell your developer, that becomes really complicated. Agree, guys? Does any one of you remember what all steps we have followed here to reach here till this step? Like suppose if you have to file a bug here. So here Test Case Studio will help us a lot. Like it will automatically give us the steps and everything. So let's do one thing first. First, let's install the Test Case Studio. So go to SelectorsHub.com to install it. And here you see that Test Case Studio is there. Click on install. Here, this is a Test Case Studio page. So you get all the details here, like what it is. Then installation, click on installation tab. And then for whichever browser you want, you can install it. Let's say for Chrome, click on install. Then click on add to Chrome, add extension, and this will successfully add the Test Case Studio in your browser. After adding it, you click on this default extension logo and pin it to toolbar. So now we have installed it and successfully made the setup ready. So let me close this. So here we were on this page and we wanted to reproduce this bug and we want to get those steps. So let's do the same thing by starting the test case studio. So what you have to do, before starting your testing, you just click on this test case studio logo here, and this is how test case studio window used to open. And now you start your testing here. You see we have hit enter, then we open this website, we right click somewhere, then we right click, then we click on the practice page, then we enter, let's say, email ID, password, then company name, then suppose we have first press name, and we are trying to enter some value, it didn't allow us, and we try to enter some value, didn't allow us. So now you will see that all the steps and everything will be automatically generated along with the screenshots. Let's see how. Here you see, as soon as you open the test case studio window, you will find that each and every step is there. Whatever steps we have followed, we have performed while testing, all of them has been recorded here. And for each steps, there is a screenshot. So now if I have to like file a bug or tell it to the developer, I can simply click on this copy button and paste it to my developer. Like these are the uh, steps to reproduce this issue here. Like whatever I have clicked, all of them has been recorded. Like open website, then click enter this selectors sub into search box, then press enter, then we have scroll down, then right click on selectors sub, right click on products. So all of them has been recorded, and you see that screenshots are there along with the highlighted field. Generally we used to take the screenshot manually, then we highlight the field and all those stuff we used to do manually. Here it will automatically done for each and every field, each and every action what we have taken. So you see that all of them are here. And good part is that here screenshot will be having the name as the step name. Like right click on products, so right click on products it is here, and it is highlighted, so you will not have to waste time, and easily we can identify, okay, here we have performed right click and this screenshot is for this particular step. And here you can simply click on test case, download test case. So this will be downloaded along with the screenshot. So your this complete table, this test case is downloaded in XLS, and all the screenshots is downloaded in separate folder. Then here you see that, so we got the manual test case, manual test steps ready, and screenshots ready. Now suppose you want to write the automation script. So what we can get for the automation script from this test case studio. So you see that for each and every step we got the XPath and selectors here. So simply, like if you're writing automation script, you got the all the XPath and all the cssSelector for each and every step. Now you need not to write the XPath, and you need not to open the window again to write or get the XPath or cssSelector for each step. You have already got them. So you can simply copy this and use these XPath, or if you are a manual tester, you want to tell it to your like automation developers that these are the XPath, you can tell them that these are the XPath for every step. So they can save a lot of time. And of course, these XPaths are really robust and unique. All of them are unique because they have used the SelectorsHub algorithm in the background. So they are really good. But of course, like we don't use this such kind of XPath in our automation script. So you can also generate the complete command. Like if you want these steps along with the command. So here you have this set driver command, turn on this. And now you see that we are getting all the XPath along with the command. So now you see that how good it became. Now click on this copy, and let's say you go back to your editor and paste all the steps. So your automation script is also ready. So here you can, let's say you have clicked here, so you can click here. If somewhere you have used send keys method, so there you can use send keys method. So this is how your automation script is also ready. Your manual test case or manual steps are ready, screenshots is ready, automation script is ready. And here you can see that the data which you have entered into the boxes, so that is also ready. So in short, like without you doing anything, your manual test case ready, manual steps are ready to reproduce the bug, screenshots are ready, and the automation script is also ready. So this is really huge time saver feature when you are doing the manual testing or automation testing, and this will help you guys a lot. If you have like let's say at any point of time you forgot or you want to add any step, so here you can click on this plus button and you would be able to add a new step here. Like let's say you want to add a wait time of 5 seconds, wait for 5 seconds after any step, that you can do. If you want to delete any particular step, suppose you think that okay, this step got recorded by mistake, you can click on this. You can delete those steps, whichever you feel that which got by mistake and recorded, you can delete. So you have add and delete option here. If you want to, like here it is showing all those columns. If you want to customize the UI, you can customize as well. Here you see that click to add and remove columns. So suppose you don't need cssSelector, you can hide that. So whatever steps you need, that you can keep it here in the column by clicking on this click to add and remove columns. Then what all these features are there? There are a lot more features. So suppose at any point of time you want to stop the recording, like here it is till 20th step is recorded. Now you want to stop the recording at certain point because you are entering some data, like some personal data on the website, or you are doing some action on banking domain and all. So in that case, if you want to record, stop, pause the recording basically, click on this. Now if you will perform any action, let's say if you click on here products page or SelectorsHub, so it will not record here, you see. But if you want to resume again, click back, then click here, start clicking. Let's say I click on courses, I click on resource, click on about here. So you will see that it will record those steps here. So this is how it will record the things, like you can resume, pause and resume the recording. Now here, this is a attribute filter. So you will see that by default, it will be generating XPath and cssSelector with some particular attribute. So let me just hide this. So here you see that it is generating the title, text and all. So if you don't want to generate with those attributes, so before generating the before recording the data here, you can set the attribute as well here. Like you don't want with text, you can uncheck this. If you don't want with ID, you can uncheck this. So this way it will help you to record these things here. So you can set the attribute. Then if you want to record a new test case, you can first save this and then delete. This is a delete all, like clear all steps and then record from fresh. Here, if when you will set save the test case, it will by default download with the this domain name along with the timestamp. So you get to know that okay, this test case was for this website and at this time you have done that. If you want to set the test case name, you can give here some test case name. Let's say BootCamp 1. And if you click on this test case download, this will download with the name of that, whatever you have set it here. One is Excel, another one is a screenshot. Here this expect result column is blank because you can like it gives you the leverage to set the expected result, because expected result is always different from person to person. You might want to verify element on the page after clicking on it, clicking on something. I might want to verify some title or something else, some text. So this is always different. The expected result is always different. That's the reason it is blank, but you can edit anything. Like let's say after clicking on this selectors of this website link here, I'm expecting that website should open. So I can we can write this here, expected result, and then we can download this test case. Here we have the screenshot feature. screenshot feature is really good. So suppose if you want to, let's say you don't want to record this screenshot first, like all these steps. So you can turn off this. At any particular time you want to record, you just turn on, then it will record at that point of time. Then here, suppose if you want to execute this test case. So this is a new feature here in Test Case Studio. Like after recording this, if you want to execute this, you can, there you see that execute this test on test trigger. So here you can click on this button. So this is really great feature. So suppose if you click on this, it will take you to the, it will execute your test case on test trigger website. So I will highly recommend that you guys try this feature. This is really good and you will love this. Like, so this is a new thing. We have added the integration. So definitely try this. Like after uh, recording some steps here and you click on this, it will execute your test case on test trigger. So this is really helpful. Apart from this, if you like, so that's pretty much about the test case studio. If you need any help, if you get stuck at any point of time, you can connect here. Always there is a help section, and lots of things are there. Like you can these footer links will help you if you need any uh, improvement or any suggestion. You can raise an issue here. You can always check out the change log here, and then all those things are there. Once again, let me show you how you can start the test case studio and how you can continue with this. Before starting your testing, like suppose you are on some page here and you want to record the testing, you want to start the recording, just you have to click on this test case studio logo. It will start, and then you start performing your action. So this will be recording here. Whatever actions you will be performing, it will start recording. So this is how you can use the test case studio, and it will save a lot of time while reproducing the bug, while filing the bug, while getting the steps, while getting the screenshots. So that's test case studio, guys. You can convert the action performed on the web application into plain English sentence, which can be used as English test case, manual test case, steps to reproduce the bug, generate a screenshot, auto-generated test data, XPath for each step, cssSelector for each step you will get. Then we have the feature to add new steps, feature to delete unwanted steps. You can you have a feature to copy all the steps in single shot, feature to pause and resume recording, options to generate XPath and cssSelector with desired attribute, feature to delete all steps in one go, an option to customize and remove the columns, then XPath with command, options to set the name. Lots of features are there. Okay, so guys, before I move on, any question, any doubt? How many of you have already used Test Case Studio? Am I audible or not? Okay, great. Okay. Was you guys were you guys already using Test Case Studio? Anyone who is new to Test Case Studio and SelectorsHub here? Great to know, Subha. Okay, so lots of people are new here. That's good. I hope you guys like the Test Case Studio and it will help you guys in your day-to-day work while recording or while testing. What is Test Trigger? Deepti is asking. Test Trigger is a new AI-based tool. So there you can that is a kind of like codeless tool. So we have done the integration that you, if you want to, like, because some people wanted that feature and all the like those who are the test writer users, they wanted to have this option so that like they can directly click on the execute button, like whatever the steps and everything is recorded on select test case studio window, that they could execute. So now that we have that feature that you can execute it there. Okay, so lot many people are new here on for the test case studio. I hope you guys like this thing. Uh, Jay is asking, can it identify navigation to tab and new window? Yes, Jay. So you see that when we like, because we started our test case from google.com. So first it was recording the steps on the google.com, like whatever we were entering. And then we moved to the SelectorsHub website. So that is like basically new tab and new window. So yes, it used to record your all the steps, whether it is on like same window or to the new window. Okay, so those who all are new here, can I ask you this, guys? That so how do you like whenever you get a bug while you are testing a web application? So how do you get these steps to reproduce the bug? Because you must have always need to type these steps, like click here, then right click there, then enter the value here, isn't it? So that must used to take a lot of time, and you must not be uh, raising a bug or asking your developer without sharing the screenshot. They always ask for the screenshot. Yeah. Yes, so I hope like this test case studio will help you guys a lot now. Already like thousands of people are using it, and this is one of the like highest rated. It's in fact like F55 5-star rated tool here in Chrome store. So I would request all of you that please add review and let others know about this tool. So this is really helpful. It is absolutely safe and secure. You can see that it is featured and verified. So yes, this is really good tool and it will really help you guys a lot. Okay, moving on to the next one, SelectorsHub. So even if you guys are using already SelectorsHub, you will see that there are a lot more which you might not have ever explored because of like the kind of perception we used to have about the XPath tools and plugin. So is there like, I feel like many of are you are new here. So are you guys using SelectorsHub already? Is there anyone who is new to SelectorsHub? Great, good to know. Oh, awesome. Then if you guys are new, then you guys are gonna love it. And do you guys use any XPath plugin, XPath tool? Oh wow. Do you guys know that CrowPath is also created and developed by me, but I have stopped development on CrowPath and support almost like 2 years back. So that is pretty much outdated now. Okay, cool. So I hope you guys will love this new innovation, SelectorsHub, and this will help you guys a lot. Now let me take you guys with this SelectorsHub. So this is another great innovation. It's again a free browser plugin, SelectorsHub, which will help you guys a lot while writing the automation script, while learning about the XPath and selectors and WebElement DOM. So the idea behind SelectorsHub was, of course, the time saving is the most uh, one of the like major factor whenever you create any tool or invent a tool. So the time saving is the one of the most factor. But apart from that, in SelectorsHub, learning about the XPath, css selectors, about the DOM elements, error handling. That was the major part in Selectors Hub. So first of all, like let me show you how you can install Selectors Hub. So go to Selectors Hub website. Here the Selectors Hub, click on this install. Same way, like it's very easy here. For whichever browser you want, you can install it. So I will always recommend, because Chrome will always have the latest updates and everything, because Chrome supports lots of functionality, while other browsers have a lot of restrictions. And and I'm sure like most of you are on Chrome, so yes, click on Add to Chrome, and then it will be added to the browser. You can see that it has like highest number of reviews in Chrome Store, and more than 100k users, 1 lakh users already using it. Okay, so once it is added to your browser, you click on this, pin selectors up to toolbar, and we are all set. Now, after adding any plugin into the browser, it is always recommended that you restart the browser, or you either you restart the browser, or you can open the website into the new tab. So here, let's say we open Selectors Hub, and I will here we have this practice page. I have created this practice page, guys. So do use this one. This will really help you guys a lot to learn a lot of new concepts, lots of new things. This practice page is basically uh, designed and invented to have all kinds of automation scenarios, because in general we always learn about very basic things like username, ID, password, field, etc., while most of the time we don't learn about shadow DOM, iframe, svg, shadow DOM inside iframe inside shadow DOM. And when you come into the industry, that's where you get to you have to solve all these scenarios, and we are not able to because we didn't practice. So considering those things in mind, this page has been created, and it has all those scenarios. And in fact, if you want to take anyone's interview, or you want to prepare for interview, do take this page and try to automate each and every field in this page. Trust me, you might not be even able to automate this page in one day. And if somebody is able to do automate this page, somebody is able to enter value in each and every field in this page, then trust me, that is a really expert in automation. Okay, so that's about the practice page. Now let's see how you can use the Selectors Hub. So just right click on anywhere on the page, click on inspect. Same way here, like by default, on the left side you will see the dev tools, and on the right side where you will find the Selectors Hub tab, so you will see that styles computed, lots of things are there, and Selectors Hub will be the last tab here. So open this, and this is how it will open. Very first time it will ask you guys for the registration, so please do the registration. There you will have to just enter the email ID, company name, or any password you can choose, and after that it will never ask you for the login, and it will open like this. So let me just zoom in. So this is Selectors Hub. This is how it opens, and this is the UI. Like as soon as you open Selectors Hub, it will show you all possible generated selectors and XPath, everything here. And if you just scroll down here, you will see that all possible selectors and XPath has been generated along with their occurrences. And then copy icon is there. If you want to edit anything, you just click on this edit, click on that value, so it will copy paste here so that you can edit as well. And then there are like lot many features which I will explain you guys. So yeah, so first of all, like let me show you how you can generate XPath and selectors in Selectors Hub automatically. So you just inspect the element, any element, and it will generate them. Or you right click on any field and click on inspect. And one more way, you just click on this DOM node to generate the selectors and XPath. So these are three ways. Like one is inspect, this inspector through inspector, Chrome inspector. Another is like here. Another is right click on element and then click on inspect button. And third is like click on anywhere on the DOM node, any DOM node. Cool. So this is how you can auto generate. Now let's talk about most important part, how you can write your own XPath in CSS Selector in SelectorsHub within 5 seconds. So generally when you write XPath in CSS Selector in DevTools, what happens, like first of all, let me ask you guys one question. How many of you think that uh, you don't use an XPath tool? No one? And does anyone there who thinks that we don't use XPath tool? Okay. Okay, fine. So you see that here when you write the XPath, suppose we want to write an XPath for uh, enter email field, this user email field. So here you can start typing like /input. And as soon as you type here, you see that DOM used to scroll up and down. Now again, we will have to inspect this page, sorry, inspect that element. Then again, we have to type, like, let's say here we want to write the XPath with respect by using ID here. So at the rate ID is equal to, again, this got scrolled. So again, we will have to inspect that element. And let me copy this value here. Okay, now we are able to see that this is 1 of 1. Fine, but you see that how much time it takes, like 3-4 times just writing one XPath, which is very simple one. Here even we haven't used that following siblings and all. So just to write one XPath, it has taken this much effort, and we have to inspect 4 times this one element itself. While here in SelectorsHub, if you want to write the XPath of selector for this element, you just start typing, and like in a smart editor, it will be showing you the value, and you can quickly complete your XPath. So you see that how fast we have completed this XPath. Let me show you again. As soon as you start typing here, it will give you the auto suggest value here along with their occurrences here. Like it is telling you this attribute and attribute value permutation combination is one matching node, and this for XPath. So you just select that and hit enter. It will show you that value. So this is how this quickly you can write your own XPath here. And if you want to write CSS selector, you just start typing CSS selector and it will show you that, and you can complete quickly. So this is how you can write your own XPath and CSS selector in SelectorsHub very quickly. Suppose you have inspected any element here, like let's say for an example about, if we have inspected and you start typing, you want to write XPath for this. So now you see that how much helpful it is to learn new function about XPath and CSS selector. So here you see that when you, as soon as you start typing, it will show you a lot of functions here. Like dot function is there, normalized space is there, text is there. In general, we always use the text function only, right? So whenever you will see the text in any element or in any node, you will always, we always tend to use the text function of XPath. But do you know that there is a dot function? There is a normalized space function, contains dot is there, contains normalized space is there, contains text is there, starts with is there. So this you will learn that what all functions are there. This is something like, suppose imagine if you are writing your code, if you are writing code in Notepad, you would not be able to learn what all functions are there in any particular API. These smart editors are the one which will help you to learn about all those functions. Like you see that inside driver, how many, what all functions are there? Nobody can remember that. And tomorrow, if there is any update in Selenium, that new function will appear here. None of the blocks or none of the like books are going to get updated with the new functions. So these smart editors helps you to learn those new functions and all the functions present in an API. So that's how the concept of SelectorsHub is. This helps you to learn new functions about XPath and selectors. If you will keep writing here or keep writing like in kind of like notepad, you will never able to learn what all functions, what all permutation combinations could be possible. Whatever you have learned, whatever you have gained from someone, that only you would be able to write and remember. Like here, suppose I'm writing cssSelector. You see that there is a dollar function, star function, cap function. Lots of functions are there. You might be aware just that id is equal to, I mean, attribute is equal to attribute value. So this will help you guys a lot to learn new concept, new thing. Smart editors are the one which helps us to learn new things, new concept, and makes us to become perfect. Likewise here, like this is how you can write your XPath and selectors and learn about those things. Now here, if you will make any kind of mistake, like suppose you are writing this XPath and by mistake, if you skip this, typing this square bracket, this will help you that what you are doing wrong, like what is missing in your XPath. So here it is telling you that close square bracket is missing. So you can quickly fix that. If you will make any mistake, like let's say you are trying to learn new things, so you are trying that after a square bracket, what will happen if I type the forward slash. So here if you hit enter, it will tell you that okay, add tag name after forward slash. So you can learn that concept as well. Like what is possible, what is allowed, what is not allowed. It is telling you that after close square bracket, only forward slash and open square bracket is allowed. So you won't be able to make any kind of mistake and you will learn this concept. Now here suppose you want to like save some value, because what will happen, so now I will explain all these features one by one. Here all these icons are really time saver feature, really good feature. So here suppose you have written this XPath. Now you want to write a new XPath, and here we have written this. Now we want to write a new XPath. So in general, what we used to do, we used to copy this XPath value and paste it somewhere, and then like we will write a new XPath, right? If I have to write a new XPath, I will like first paste that value somewhere, and then I will write this new XPath. Now again, if I have to write a new XPath, I will copy and paste this. No, we need not to paste somewhere this value again and again. We can directly save this value here in SelectorsHub. You just click on this plus button here, and the value is saved here. You just click on this and you will see that here. Now if you don't have this ever and you want to get this value, you just click here, click on this, and it will be copy and pasted here. So this way you can like basically access the previously saved value. Then what is this toggle on the right side? Here suppose you want to don't want to see these auto generated values, or if you are taking interview of someone and you don't want to get them this auto generated, you can turn off this toggle. And now this is like an editor, so here you can type your XPath and CSS factor simply. So this is just an editor mode. Let's turn on this. And suppose here, if you're typing these values and you don't want to see these auto generated values, sometimes some people don't like these values, like they just wanted to type their own and they don't want to see this. So in that case, you have this toggle, you turn off this. Now it will not show you these toggle values, like these drop downs, auto suggested drop down, it will be turned off. So this is absolutely editor mode. If you want, you can keep it on. In general, you will see that whenever XPath and CSS selectors are generated, like here it is generated with ID. So let me just turn off this ID. So yeah, so here you see that this attribute filter, these are the attribute filter. So sometimes, many a times you guys might be having the application where ID attribute is very dynamic, that used to change frequently. So in that case, you want to generate XPath and other stuff without ID. So you can uncheck this. And now you see that it is generating without ID. If you it is generating with placeholder, suppose you don't want with placeholder, you can uncheck this. It will generate without placeholder. There could be a chance that you want to generate with a specific attribute, because in many situation you people have the like some QA ID or data attribute, so those you want to handle like though you want to generate XPath with them. So in that case, you can pass the attribute name here. So like for an example, we want to generate XPath and cssSelector with type attribute here, this one. Okay, let me just this type attribute. So you can just type here type and hit enter. You see that it has generated with that. So this here you can like if you want to generate with any special attribute that you can pass here. If you want to set some attribute, you can uncheck these. These are the shortcut here. So this is how you can use the attribute filter. And you need not to set this value again and again. It will be saved in your local. So whenever you will open SelectorsHub next time, you will see these values here. Okay, so this is how you use the attribute filter. Now suppose here, let's say we don't want with this type attribute. Let me hit enter. It is generating with title. So you see that here, this title here is like E is capital and rest of the letters are small. So like here, if I hit enter, it is showing one matching node. What if like I make this E small? Now it is showing 0 matching node. So if you have to convert your XPath and cssSelector as in like case insensitive, so in that case, generally we don't remember the function of this writing the XPath or cssSelector case insensitive. So here we have this uh, button to generate the case insensitive XPath and selector. Click on this. It will convert your XPath and cssSelector into case insensitive. You see that now if we hit enter, it will show you one elements match. So this is how you can convert your XPath and cssSelector into case insensitive one. So yeah, so these are the use of these 4 buttons here. Now, okay, so let me see some of the questions are there. Harika is asking how to write dynamic XPath. Okay, so dynamic XPath is nothing. It's just like writing the XPath based on those attributes uh, which are static, which are not dynamic, which doesn't change. So it you will have to like basically you will have to think. You will understand that whether that element is dynamic or not, whether that attribute is dynamic or not. Like let's say we are on google.com. And teaching the concept of like how to write the XPath, that is like very long concept. So for that I will recommend you that please check out the course, because for that I have created a separate course itself to learn about that concept. So that takes a lot of things. Now here you see that we have inspected this element. It is showing this title is equal to search. Let me just select all these. So you see that here, if I inspect this, let's say Google search. So SelectorsHub will automatically tell you, will suggest you basically that this here you see that alert icon is there. So here class value, because the class value, if you see that, it looks like alphanumeric, which is a kind of like dynamic value, right? So I'm sure like you guys must be thinking that this value could be dynamic, and even I'm thinking that this is dynamic. I will never use this kind of value while writing the XPath, because this looks dynamic. If I will refresh the page, it will be dynamic. So let's see this. If I click on this edit, and here it is showing one elements matching. So if this is dynamic, if this value will be dynamic, so if we will refresh the page, it should change. Let me refresh the page. Now if we hit enter, let's see if it is same. So it is still finding that element and it is same. So now we get to know that this kind of dynamic this value of class is static here, so we can go ahead with this. But you will have to decide, like, because this is my, like, Google is my application, so I will be knowing that okay, these classes are static, so I can go ahead with that. So similarly, like, you will be knowing whenever you will be testing your application, you will be knowing whether class is dynamic or static or not, right? And if you want to learn more about these concepts, I will highly recommend that check out the courses here, or just go to SelectorsHub website. This course will help you guys a lot. The first one, that is a like very detailed course I have created. And this one, so here you will learn about like how to write XPath, cssSelector, web, DOM. So all those things you will learn in very detail. So please do check out that course, because that's like really deep and quite a like lengthy topic, difficult to cover just in like one session. Next question from Shubha is, should we learn to use both XPath and cssSelector, or expertise in XPath alone is sufficient? No, it's like just add on in your skills. So you should know about cssSelector as well. Just XPath is not fine, but yes, mostly people in real time in industry you will find using the XPath, because XPath has lots of good features and easy to learn things, and lots of support is there for XPath, while cssSelector is little bit difficult. But yes, you should be knowing both, and there's no like kind of like big science behind them. It's very easy, you can easily learn. Sumita, for interview, apart from practice page, what else we can practice? Uh, for interview is like there is no limit. As much as you can like practice, as much as you can keep on exploring, write the code. So that's how like that will help you. Okay, so now moving on to the like more things. So you see that when we are inspecting, like let me just make it select these things. Suppose whenever you will be inspecting the values here or any element on the SelectorsHub, and you are generating some XPath and etc. So you see that we got the XPath here. This is fine. Let me zoom out. Yeah. So this is fine. We can simply copy this value. Copy this value, you can click anywhere here. Value got copied. We go to editor. We paste the value here. but you see that here still we have to type every time this driver, like, let me delete this. Here every time we have to type this driver dot find element and then by dot XPath and by dot XPath, and here we can paste the value, right? If suppose we are like suppose I'm inspecting this new element again, we can copy this XPath or cssSelector, let's say this time. So we will have to type this command driver dot find element and by dot cssSelector. This takes a lot of time isn't it? Can't we get this complete command from SelectorsHub? So yes, we can get this complete command. You will not have to type this again and again. So here you see that on the right side we have this button, set driver command. Click on this and you see that now your complete command is getting ready. So you simply now copy this, go back to your editor and paste this. You will not have to type that command again and again. So this will save a lot of time for you guys, this feature, generating command. Now you see that you just inspect any element for whichever you want to generate, click, copy and come paste. So easy now. So this is really helpful feature. If you guys are using some other command, like let's say you are working with Cypress, you can use this cy.get from here. If you're using let's say find by, you can use this one. Is anyone using this @find by? I'm sure like many of you must be using this page for page object model. So yeah, so this is really great feature. So many people are using this one. So you see that you must be thinking how we will get this selector name, the variable name for that. So let me show you. Just copy this value and go back to your editor, paste it here. So it used to also generate selectors, of it take care of that, like whatever element you will be inspecting, it will try to generate the select variable name for that. Like here you see that this field, this XPath is for enter email, so it has taken correct, it has generated correctly. Like you see that selector name, so it has in this command there are two variables, one is XPath value, another is selector name. So when you will be generating here, it will replace them with the XPath and the correct variable name for selector. So like suppose if I inspect this password, and now you copy this and go back to your editor, paste it here. You see that this is enter password and this is the XPath. So this is how you can generate even for the page object model. If you're using Selenium, Python, or something, so in that case also this command is there, driver.find underscore find element. If you're using Playwright, you have this command. So all those things are here. You can quickly use them. Also, I just forgot, like if anyone is one of you are using Playwright, you can also verify the Playwright selectors here in SelectorsHub. You need not to write the you need not to open the window, Playwright window, by running the code and then going to console, then typing playwright dot selector and then verifying. 4 5 steps is not required to verify just one Playwright selector. You can directly copy and paste in SelectorsHub and you can verify that. Cool. So this will, I'm sure, like this will help you a lot, guys. This will help to save some good time. Now, whenever you don't want to generate this uh, with command, you can just click back here, and you can also hide this attribute filter as well by this, and you have this simple selectors of UI. Cool. This is good, but then like here still you have this complications of like generating the XPath one by one. Like suppose if we have to write automation script for all these headers, so we have this command feature. We can turn on this, and we can inspect all these elements. Like we will have to inspect this element, let's say, then we will copy, then we'll go back to editor, paste it. Then again we will have to inspect this pro plans, then we'll have to copy, then we'll have to go back to editor and paste it, isn't it? So this will take a lot of time. Can we generate all of them together? So yes, we can generate for all of these together. There's a third button here. Click to generate automation code for multiple selectors. Click on this, and now you see that we will start inspecting elements for whichever we want. So this is like generating the complete locator page in single shot. You just keep inspecting element, and you see that in SelectorsHub, all these fields are getting generated automatically whichever we are inspecting. And now you can simply click on copy button here and paste it. You see your locator page is ready within a few seconds. So this will help you guys a lot to save a lot more time. So this will this is very useful. Now suppose you want to change the command. Let's say you want with driver.find element, you can just select this, hit enter, there you go, and see how quickly we can write the automation script. And you can just like whatever command you want to add, that you can add it here. If you are using Cypress or anything, that of course you can do that here. So this way you can automatically generate the complete script within few seconds. As well as, like if you don't want with command, you just want XPath and selectors, you just click back on this command and you see that you got XPath, cssSelector. If you scroll right side, you will see for this products what all selectors are possible: XPath, cssSelector, ID, and all those things. You can get it from here. If you want to download this into XLS, you just click on this. It will download the all the data in XLS file. If you want to delete all of them and you want to means start recording fresh, you can delete all. At any point of time, if you forget how to use this feature, you click on and watch the tutorial here. So this is how it will help you guys a lot to save a lot more time. Sumita is asking how to work with Shadow DOM. Yes, I will be coming to that. Shadow DOM topic is there. So yeah, I will be helping you guys with that. Okay. Now, let me show you this, how to inspect and write the selectors for the dynamic elements. Okay, so let me close this. Yeah. So you see that many a times what happened, suppose here you have this like such kind of drop downs. So when you have these drop downs, you can right click and inspect them. Okay, so this you see that here we are able to inspect this drop down here, and we can inspect this and see here in the DOM. So here we can solve this, like SelectorsHub has this feature that you can right click and copy the value from here, context menu. So you can copy the like selectors value right there from the context menu, and you need not to like if you don't want to open SelectorsHub tab, that you can copy from here itself. Okay, so like here, let me take one more example. Suppose we are here and these kind of drop downs are there, so we can right click and copy the value from here itself. Okay, because if you click on inspect, this you will not be able to inspect such kind of drop downs value, because when you inspect them, as soon as this hover gone away from here, it will hide, I mean, that element will disappear. So such kind of drop downs, you must have faced some situation where your drop downs value or auto suggest just become they disappear. So how to inspect such kind of element, how to see the data of them? One problem is solved, that you can get the selectors for them by copying it from the context menu of selectors. So you see that there's a feature that you get it from here. But I will always recommend that you don't copy this from here. Always open SelectorsHub and see what all features are there, what that element is type, is that inside shadow DOM, outside iframe, etc. Lots of information is there. So you will learn a lot from the tab. Don't avoid this, but yes, in some situation you can use it, not a problem. Okay, so how to inspect such kind of element, how to see the DOM of these? So here in SelectorsHub has made it easy. Earlier it was like almost impossible. So you will see that this kind of thing, because whenever there is not no element is selected, so you make sure that one element is always selected here. Now we want to inspect this drop down element. So here in SelectorsHub we have this debugger feature. Click on this debugger, and within 5 seconds you have to make that element visible. Click on this and hover on this man, and you will see that within 5 seconds it will hold this here, and now you inspect this any of these element, and you will see that we are able to like we are able to see the DOM of this element, and we are able to auto generate the XPath and selectors for that. So this is how you can inspect even such kind of dynamic elements by using the SelectorsHub debugger feature. You just have to click on the debugger, and within 5 seconds you have to make that element visible. Got it, guys? So this will really help you a lot. Once you are done, you can refresh the page to execute the debugger here, and there you go. So this is how you can handle the dynamic elements as well. Even you can inspect the bubble loader as well by the help of SelectorsHub debugger. So sometimes, like within 5 seconds, if you're not able to make that element visible, or if you're not able to like you need more time, so in that case you can customize the time of the debugger here by clicking on this click to customize UI, and there is a 5 second, this is debugger start time. So like it is 5 seconds. If you want to make it to 0, you can make it to 0. If you want to make it 10 seconds, that you can change it here according to your situation. Okay, then generally, like let me show you more features quickly. So okay, do you guys want to take a break of 5 minutes, because it's been 1 hour? If you guys want, we can take a 5 minute break and then come back. Okay, cool. Then we'll take a 5 minute break and then we'll continue. So yeah, it is 9:05. We will start at 9:10. Hi guys, is everyone back? Perfect. Okay, so we have seen lots of feature here. Okay, good, good. Thank you. So you see that there is a very important scenario. Like whenever there's a UI change happen, like suppose today this page got changed, some UI got changed. So generally, what happen whenever there's a UI change, so our whole automation script start breaking, and it becomes really difficult to verify those XPath one by one. So suppose UI got changed for this page. So I'm sure like how do you guys maintain your automation script in that case? You must be checking XPath like one by one. Okay, this XPath is not changed because of this UI change. Agree? And that is one of the reason that most of the automation script goes in backlog and people are not able to maintain them. Because whenever there is a UI change, we have to change a lot of XPath one by one, and we have to see like we have to verify which all XPath got changed. So if we can get something which can help us to verify all the XPath in single shot, that can really help us. So yes, we have this feature in SelectorsHub that you can verify all of your XPath in one go, and in fact, like whole script. You will not have to segregate those XPath one by one. There's a smart maintenance feature here. Click on this set maintenance icon here, then click on this edit button, and now go back to your script, copy your whole script, come back to SelectorsHub and paste this. So here you will see that we have pasted the whole script. You need not to just copy and paste the XPath only. You see all the import statement and everything, you just paste it, not a problem. And click on here you have to pass the command, whatever command is your in your like of course in your code, whatever command you are writing on XPath. So basically like if your command is like driver.find element by .xpath, so wherever you have written XPath, replace that with XPath value keyword. Like here it is add find by XPath is equal to this, then you use this much and replace this XPath with XPath value keyword. That is just one time task. The command will be saved in SelectorsHub, so you need not to set that again and again. And here you just click on submit, and you see that all the XPath has been verified from your script, and it is showing that which one is zero. So you can quickly just fix those XPath only, whichever is zero, and this way you would be able to maintain your automation script very easily, because it is difficult that if you will verify one by one, then first you will be verify this is working, this is working, this is not working, you will fix it again. You have to like 10 20 you will have to verify, then you will find some one XPath that which is not working. So it is very tedious task, too much time consuming when you are verifying XPath one by one. So with the help of SelectorsHub, you would be able to verify all the XPath of your script in one go. And then you can just simply click on this edit icon, verify this, fix it, whichever element is this in your script, you can just quickly fix that XPath and save. So this is how you can maintain your automation script by using the smart maintenance feature of SelectorsHub. Then if you want to get all of them along with the command, you just turn on this again, you get with the command, you can set your command here, you can delete, export, and all those features are there. If you just have XPath, you don't have automation, like you don't just want to verify XPath only, you don't have a script, in that case you can just turn off this toggle and paste all the XPath here. Like suppose my XPath is this, and second XPath is this likewise, and let me write some wrong XPath. So you see that it will verify. You can verify all the XPaths as well in one go. So you just have to go to that page on which you want to verify your locators page, then paste whole script and set the command. So this will saves a lot of time for you guys, and it will help a lot. whenever you want to go back to the default screen, just click back on this maintenance icon and it will take you here. Okay, so this will this is a great feature. It will really saves a good amount of time for you people. Now, next is like, if is there anyone who is working on Playwright? Any Playwright user here? Okay, cool. So I guess it seems like nobody is still using, but yeah, still, let me show you one feature here, which could be even useful for you guys as well. So many, some framework, very rare frameworks are there, which used to support the double quotes in XPath. So here, like, it is generating a single quote. So if you want to generate XPath with double quotes, there is a feature here. You can turn on this, and now it will generate with double quote. So now if you will inspect any element, you see that it is generating with double quotes. So this is helpful in case of like if your framework, if your code supports double quote. Here you see that you have to scroll this to see all the selectors. If you want to see all of them, here you just click on this expand button. Now you will see all of them upfront. You will not have to scroll down. So you can see all possible selectors are there. Many times it happened that you don't need all these selectors. You don't need all this information because this is too much. This, from learning perspective, it is very good that we have inspected this element, and sometimes it happened in interview, people ask what all selectors are possible for this element. So you should be like, you will be knowing, okay, these are the possible selector for this element. Okay, but when you are working in real time, you don't want to see this tag name, absolute XPath, class name again and again. You just need this cssSelector or XPath or index this XPath. So in that case, how to see just that information, what you need. So you can customize the UI, click on this, and here you see that you can just turn off, check out those, uncheck those fields which you don't want to see. You don't want to see these toggles, you can just turn off, uncheck, and click back. And you see that now you have such a neat and clean UI of SelectorsHub. Whatever you want to see, that you can see it here. So this way it will help you to keep just that data here which you want to see. And at any point of time, if you want to go to the default screen of SelectorsHub, you see that you forgot what all settings you have done. In that case, you click on this reset button and you see that it is default one. So this is how you can use all these features here from SelectorsHub. Okay, now coming to the Shadow DOM and more complex scenarios. So nothing extra you will have to do with the help when you are using SelectorsHub. If you're not using, then there's a lot of challenges that you will not get to know about how, whether that element is inside Shadow DOM or what and all. So you see that here you just inspect the element and it will let you know that whether the element is inside Shadow DOM. So if you see that we have inspected this element, it immediately tells us this is inside Shadow DOM, and all the information here that this element is inside single Shadow DOM, and this is the script. Here you just have to simply copy this and paste it in your code, and your code will start executing. And here it is showing the cssSelector, this alert and everything. So this is really great feature which will help you a lot to save a lot of time and learn about this concept, whether the element is inside Shadow DOM or not. Here it is telling you that this is inside two nested Shadow DOM, and what are those, the complete script it is telling you here. If you write here XPath about this element, this will tell you that XPath doesn't support Shadow DOM. So this will also, you will also learn this concept. Okay, why? And then if any element is inside closed Shadow DOM, it will tell you that this is inside closed Shadow DOM. If any inside iframe and Shadow DOM, that also it will tell you. Suppose any element is inside iframe, then it will tell you that this element is inside iframe. This is iframe XPath, and these are the XPath and selector for that inspected element. Because generally you have to write the first you have to identify that element is inside iframe or not, and then you write the iframe XPath or like iframe selector, and then you write these selectors and XPath for the inspected element, so that you will not have to do it here. You get all the information. In fact, even element is inside multiple iframe, then also it will tell you that inside two nested iframes. So you get both the iframe XPath as well as XPath for that inspected element. Okay, so this is how you can handle those iframe and shadow DOM scenarios as well. If you inspect any element, if that element is inside shadow DOM and that shadow DOM is inside iframe, that also it will tell you. So you see that this element is inside shadow DOM and that shadow DOM is inside this iframe. So first you have to switch inside iframe, then you have to switch inside shadow DOM, and then you can perform the action. How that text box appear, this text box, so whenever you will inspect any element, if that element will be inside shadow DOM or inside multiple iframe, then in that case this will automatically appear. You will not have to do anything. You just inspect the element and it will automatically tell. So that's like kind of feature of SelectorsHub. So you inspect the element and it will appear, like if it is required then it will appear, or otherwise like if that is not required it will disappear automatically. So that's the like code has been written for like in the background. Okay, yes, so let me show you the iframe one again. So here you need not to do anything. You just inspect the element. If that element will be inside iframe, that it will show. It will tell like this is inside iframe. You just select that and it will tell you. If it is not inside iframe, then it will doesn't require to show you. Shubha is saying I can't find it. So that might not be inside iframe. On this page, go down, scroll down, and there is like two fields, memory test and there for you. So this you can check it later. And there is one more scenario that if your iframe from cross origin iframe, so that you will have to that is different thing. So generally like for cross origin there's a limitation, so that is not possible directly. For that I have created a tutorial, separate tutorial on YouTube channel, so that you can check it out. Okay, yeah. Now if any element is svg element, that also it will tell you. Just inspect the element and you see that it is telling you that this is svg element, because svg element doesn't support the standard XPath. Like you can't write double forward slash svg. SelectorsHub will help you to learn about this concept that this is invalid svg XPath format. So lots of good things are there in SelectorsHub which will automatically help you to learn such concept and everything. Now one very important feature which you guys might be waiting for, let me show you, that we generally write the relative XPath relative to other element, access based XPath. So that can also be generated automatically. Here you see that access button, click on this. Now suppose you want to generate XPath for, let's say, password field, enter password with respect to label. So first you inspect the label password and then inspect that box here. You see that it has generated the relative XPath automatically. Now you want to copy, simply copy this. If you want to generate, let's say, for courses with respect to products, so first inspect this products and then inspect courses. Isn't it amazing? This is very great feature. If you by mistake inspect some other element which you doesn't want it to, like here now it is asking you to inspect the child element. Child is the one for which you want to generate. Parent is the one with respect to which you want to generate. So if you want to reset these values, click on this access button again and then click on this. And then you can generate, like let's say now if you want to generate for resources with respect to courses, so first inspect the courses and then inspect the resources. and there you go. So this is how you can generate the access-based XPath automatically in Selectors. Tutorial for every feature is there, so whenever you face any challenge, you can check out that. Okay. Yeah, so that's like how to generate. I guess we have seen all these features. Then let's have a quick quiz through which I will explain lot more concept and you guys will learn a lot. So take this quiz along with me. Don't miss this, and you will also get the certificate for this bootcamp through this quiz. So here under resources, you must see this quiz here. So please open this. Let me share the link here as well. Please take this quiz along with me because this is really important concepts I will teach you guys from this one. And enter your email, enter the correct details here so that you get the like certificate, your name. Do it along with me, guys. Company, then your city. Anyone attending from Bangalore? Oh wow. We are hosting a meetup here in Bangalore on 18th June. So rave test party. If you guys are here, do join this one. You can find the registration link on Selectors website under resources. So if possible, to join. Let me know, guys, once you are on this page. So we'll start the quiz. There are 4 or 5 questions, so not much. So easy it is. So is everyone on this page? So why is there? Deepti is there. Yasin still waiting. Okay. I hope you guys have joined from the laptop, not from the mobile or tablet, because that will not be possible. Okay, okay. Okay, so the very first question is XPath to get all the URL values. So what could be the answer, guys? XPath to get all the URL values. Any guess? Fourth option. Okay. So the XPath /A. Of course, guys, if it is like the quiz question, it is not going to be so easy. So /A is the XPath for get all the links node, not the URL values. Question is URL values. So URL values is something like this. While if you see that here, let me write /A here. So you see that it used to give these nodes, this anchor tags, while we need this href value, like whatever is here, href is equal to this. So we need that href attribute value. So here we will have to write this thing. /@href. Hit enter. So now you see that we got these values. Let me put it on editor mode so that way you can easily see. You see that these are the these are the URL values. So this is what we need. Here you have this copy button. So simply click on copy button and you get all the values. So this is how, in fact, like this is really great feature of SelectorsHub that you can use it for the scraping as well. So this is the XPath to get all the URL values. If you want to learn more about this, like lot more there in this concept. So yes, all those things I have taught in course. Then next question is, does DevTools show the correct count of XPath match always? No. Sumita is saying no. Deepti is saying no. Okay. So yes, answer is the no. But you guys, we need to understand the concept as well at the same time. Let me show you. So okay, here itself, like suppose we have written /A, hit enter. It is showing 25 matching nodes. So this is correct. While if you write this XPath here, /A here, it is showing 64. So do you know that why it is 64? Because it is showing these string match as well. So in DevTools, it also shows you the string match count. Like here, wherever it will match the string, it will show you. So this doesn't show you this correct count of XPath and selectors. Like in fact, it is clearly written that it is find by string, then selector or XPath. So the very first functionality of this DevTools control F is not verifying the XPath. It is search by string. So that is the reason. It also doesn't support shadow DOM here. For iframe also it used to show wrong. And in fact for SVG it used to generate the wrong XPath. Though it has never been discussed and never been taught that uh, elements doesn't this DevTools doesn't support these many things. Just that people always have been keep telling us and keep discussing this thing that don't use XPath tool, but nobody ever tell that what is the right platform to write and verify XPath and selectors. So I hope now you guys understood that. Santosh is saying first answer is fourth one. No, first answer question's answer is third one. For this fourth option, okay, let me explain this fourth as well. Fourth is not the answer. Like when you write this /A, it is giving all of these. Okay, we need the when you write this XPath, like open square bracket href here, close, and you when you hit enter, it will give you all those anchor tags which has the href attribute. So this is a condition. So hit enter, it is giving 25. Okay, let me go to some page which that where we will find the difference. So anyways, you can see that it is giving the nodes only, not the values. This is very helpful feature, very helpful concept when you want to do the manual testing of page about the link and other stuff. So suppose on this page we want to find out all the links. Wait a second. Let me take this example here. /A. There are 33 links on this page. If I add @href here, hit enter, there are 33. Okay, let me find out some website where they have made some mistake. Or okay, let me show you this thing concept. So the concept is when you write this what to say, when you write XPath in this format, the formula of this. So suppose we are writing XPath for the input here. When you write XPath like this, @ID is equal to user ID. Okay, so here XPath is like adding the conditions. So this is the first condition, find out all the input. Then this is the second condition, that find out all the inputs which has ID. And then this is the third condition, that find out all the input in this page which has the ID is equal to user ID. So if we remove this, let me remove this. There are 31 input tags in this page. Now let's add this second condition. There are 11 input in this page which has ID attribute. Now let's add third condition, this user ID. There is 1. So this is like we are adding on condition in condition. So similarly, like if we have written this /A here, there are 81 matching nodes. If we write @href, this thing, then if any link will not be there which not be having the href, then it will not show. So there are 79. Okay, so I hope now the concept is clear. This is to add the condition. It is not giving you the value. So the answer is third one. Okay, moving on to the next question. So, okay, to solve this question, please open this link. The question is which XPath is correct for reports with respect to project. So we have to write the XPath for reports with respect to project. To solve this, okay, so don't jump into the answer, guys. Understand what is the region, because anybody can give the answer, but we have to understand what is the region that other options are wrong. So let's open this link, because lots of concepts are there which I wanted to explain you guys and you need to understand. Then click on Google and then select any of the account, and then you will be on this page. Okay, so let me know, guys, once you are on this page. You have to open this link into the new page, then click on Google, then select any of your Google account, and then you will be here. Are you guys on this page? Okay, Subha is there. Other people, Sumita, Santosh, Deepti, Namrita. Are you guys on this page? Okay. Still, it seems like some people are not there yet. Should I wait for you guys or shall I continue? Sumita, Deepti, should I wait for you guys or shall I continue? Okay. Okay, so on this page, here let's copy this and see if this is working or not. So it is showing one elements matching. So anyone would like to answer this? Why it is not the answer? Why it is not correct answer? The question was we need to find the correct XPath for reports with respect to project. So when we verify this XPath, it is finding one elements matching and the XPath is for reports. So is it the right answer or wrong? If it is wrong, why? Anyone? Yes, Subha, absolutely correct. We need to find with respect to. So this XPath is correct, but it is not with respect to project. So let's see the second one. So again, actually, second one also you can directly see that this has been written directly for this. Even if it finds the one elements matching, this is not correct because it is not with respect to project. So let's see the third option. Third option is like first we are writing for the project and then it is for report. So this looks like correct. And then the last option is this one. So both of these are having something. Namrata is saying location is one can be changed. No, that is not the correct answer, correct explanation for that. Right now that one is fine, even later also it is fine, but the region that is not right answer because that is directly written XPath for reports. That is not with respect to project. Question is we have to write XPath for reports with respect to project. So here it is written for with respect to. Let me copy this and paste it here. Hit enter. It is correct XPath because this is for reports with respect to project. Third one, the last one is not correct because it is having single colon while here it is double colon. So in fact, if you copy and paste it here, it must show you the error. It is telling you that colon is missing. So that's the reason that fourth is not correct, third one is correct. Okay. Next question, what exception will automation throw while performing action on element which has zero width and zero height? Like some elements, if they have uh, no height and no width, what error you will get? Sumita is saying third element not visible. Deepti is saying non-interactable exception. Non-interactable exception. Shubha is saying yes, guys. Non-interactable exception it will throw. Let me show you how you will get to know that. So selectors will help you with this thing that whenever you inspect some element which is having zero area in the UI, like if you inspect this SVG, let me first turn on this edit generator mode. So you see that this element is having zero area in the UI. So that's the reason it is telling you that this element is not interactable through Selenium automation as it is not visible in the UI. So try any nearby element. So the exception you will get whenever there's a height and width is zero, or if it is not visible in UI, non-interactable exception. Let's submit this, and you can scroll down. Here you see that view score. So you can see your score here. If it is 75%, 9 out of 12, you will get the certificate for this bootcamp in your whatever email you have entered here. Yeah. So that was a quick quiz. Now, let me tell you guys quickly that how to use SelectorsHub and Test Case Studio in incognito mode and for local files. So sometimes if you want to use SelectorsHub and Test Case Studio in incognito mode, what you need to do, you will have to provide one access. Of course, right click and right click on this extension logo on the toolbar, click on Manage Extension. And here you scroll down and you will see Allow in Incognito. So you will have to allow in incognito. And if you want to use for local files, then you can allow it. And don't worry, these are absolutely safe and secure. They doesn't have any uh, they doesn't have anything like uh, saving the data in cloud and other stuff. So they comes in your everything works in your local. So yeah, you don't need to worry about that. And same I have showed you for SelectorsHub. Same you will have to do it for Test Case Studio if you want to use it in incognito mode. Then how you will get the future updates about SelectorsHub and Test Case Studio and how you can learn more about it. You can check out all the tutorials and everything on SelectorsHub YouTube channel. In fact, I SelectorsHub YouTube. Let me share the SelectorsHub YouTube channel link here so that you guys will not worry about that thing. Unfortunately, the mail which you might have got for the certificate the certificate, the subject of the mail I couldn't change. That is like, here is your Appians meetup certificate. That is like for bootcamp only. So that's like, sorry for that. And please consider that as an bootcamp certificate. I should have changed that subject. Recently, I hosted that meetup, so that's the reason. Yeah. Next tool is Test Case Hub. This is very helpful new innovation recently launched around 10-15 days back, and this is really, really incredible. Let me show you guys quickly how this is going to help you and where you can find all the information. So here, just go to SelectorsHub homepage or under products. This is one, the Test Case Hub, or you just click here, the Test Case Hub. So Test Case Hub is basically a encyclopedia of test cases and test scenarios. So the idea is like, okay, let me just first explain you guys. I hope you guys are not tired yet. Uh, suppose if I give you guys a login scenario to test, will all of you be able to test that login scenario, login functionality with the same kind of scenarios, with the same kind of test cases? And the like quality of tested functionality, that login functionality will be same from all of you. I'm sure like most of us will not be able to test the login functionality in same way. Some might be having 10 years of experience, some might be having 2 years of experience, some might be very good in testing the login functionality, some might not have ever done that login functionality testing, right? So how can we make sure that if I give you the login functionality to all of you, like let's say I have 10 applications, and I want to make sure that the login functionality of all those 10 applications being tested one by one, all of you correctly, and the productivity level will be, means the quality level will be the same. So today we don't have that like anything which can make sure that okay, whatever you have tested, that is correct, or whatever other person is doing, that is also correct, and there'll be the same level. And in fact, like if I give one person, same person, like today, if I give you, let's say if I give this testing for this uh, login functionality testing to Suba, today I have given, and the same login functionality if I give to this person after 2-3 days or a week, there are high chances that that person will not be able to test the same scenarios, might not be recall the same scenarios what he has done last time. So to keeping that in mind that you all will do the same level of testing, we have this test case hub now. So if you go to this, it will be having all the test cases and test scenarios here in this repo. So this is a kind of repository. So you just search here like login. Let's say you need the test cases for login functionality. You just search here and it will list down all the best test cases out there. And these test cases will be written by the community, you all people. And some might be from ThoughtWorks, some might be from Google, some might be from Facebook, some might be from a startup. So over the time, it is going to evolve. And here you guys will be having all the test cases. So you just search here and you will get all the best possible test cases. Like many of the test cases written by me, there are more people, community people, those who have written these test cases. So it will list down all those test cases. So now if I give login functionality to test a fresher, even if to a 2 years experience or 5 years experience, I will be sure that that person, like even a fresher, is going to complete these scenarios. So I'm very much assured that my login functionality, at least basic functionality, is not going to break. There will be some business requirements, so of course like that can be always taken care by my employee, because they know that what particular things are there. But what are the standard scenario for the to test the login scenario, that they can get it from test case hub. So so this is the idea behind this. And if you ever found that any scenarios are missing here, like you want to you see that okay, lots of login scenarios are there but some of them are missing, you can submit those here. Like let's say test with something. I'm just adding something like this here, and you can add your name here, Sanjay, and submit. Accept this and submit for review. You can add more test cases as well. So this is how you can submit for this. Like you found any test case missing, so this you can submit. Or if you want to like submit directly, so you can add test cases from here. So this is going to be like over the time it is going to evolve and going to be mature. Like let's say you have search for like checkbox. Okay, checkbox, there are test cases. Let me search for radio button. Are there? So radio button, there is only one test case. So now if you guys want to submit test cases for radio button, you can submit test cases for radio button, and you can support. Like suppose there we want for the let's say for selectors. I'm just random search. I'm doing selectors. There are no test cases, no test result. You can submit here and support. Tomorrow, like your junior comes, so he can you can directly tell him just go there test case hub and get the test cases for it from there. So it is like support for the community. So this you can think of like an stack overflow. You see that there was initially there was nothing, no data, nothing, no solution was there, but now today that has evolved. So everybody just go and found the solution there. So similarly this test case hub is going to evolve over the time, and there will be a lot of data. Like you see that if you when you search here, already lots of people are already writing and supporting. So here you see that checkbox. So all these test cases are written by Sachin Sharma. So he has written. If you search for login, so you will see that these test cases are written by, this test case is by Supita, this is for Ajay Kumar, this is by Sanjay, and a lot of things. Like you will see that so many people are submitting. So over the time it is going to evolve, and you will also see in the, I mean very soon, like in 2 3 days, you will see lot many things are here, that there will be upvote and downvote button. So if you feel that this test case is not good, so you can downvote, then it will not show on the top. Whichever will be having the most number of votes, so that will come on top. These profiles here you will find who have reviewed the test case, who has submitted the test case. So all those things are going to come in here, and it is going to evolve a lot. So over the time, it will help you guys a lot. I will request all of you that please write test cases, submit test cases here, and we will review. And this is how it will help whole community. Let me share some of the test cases, ideas of test scenarios, which you guys can submit here. If you guys can add some test cases for these scenarios, these will be really helpful. So I would highly recommend you guys and request all of you that whenever you get free time, whenever you are free, you feel that you are an expert in something, please come spend 2 3 minutes, 5 minutes, just one test case every day. That will really help a lot community, and this is going to evolve over the time. So yeah, that's the test case hub, guys. So I hope you like this idea, and this will help you guys over the time. So yes, any questions, guys, so far? And I guess we have covered pretty much everything. And recently, I just wanted to tell you guys that recently I have launched this Test Case Hub Pro and Test Case Studio Pro that has like really incredible features. They are almost free. It is just like for Indians, it is 50 rupees per month and not even 2 rupees per month per day. And for outside India, it is just $1 per month. So I hope like it is almost free, and they have like really incredible features and innovation. So please do check out them, and I will highly recommend that you people try the pro version, and everybody upgrade to the pro version, because this is going to help me a lot to create such innovative free tools. And so let me just show you guys a glimpse of this pro version here. There are like lot many features, of course, but just I will give you the glimpse. You guys can check out the tutorial and everything out there is, but you will love the pro version. So just let me log in here. These login credential you will get after taking the subscription, and there is a free trial as well for a week, so don't worry if you want to take. So you see here I have showed you guys that access feature. So here we have this access inspect button. So now you need not to click back again and again like on this. You simply click on this, and now you see quickly you can generate, like you inspect. So this is how it is going to help. Like you want to generate the page object model in single shot, like inspector is on, you just click on inspect. So this is very fast, very quick. Lot many great things are there. So such a neat and clean UI, very obvious thing, and then attribute. A lot many features are there, so you guys can explore. You will just love this. And here, like in context menu, if you right click here, you see that you will be able to see the value right here. You need not to, because in the free version you were not able to see the value, but here when you see hover, you will directly see the value itself here. So before copying, you see the upfront values. So lot many great features are there. So please do explore this one, and it is like almost free, so it, I mean, that will not cost you anything. So you will love this. And same for Test Case Studio Pro, that has lot many features, like you can record the video, network logs, PDF format, ID, X, CSV format, like those many features are there. So a lot more things are there in Pro version, and they are almost free, guys. So basically, the purpose of introducing these Pro version is that to support these free versions and uh, get the new tools, invent the new tools. Because at the same time, I have to like host these free boot camps, free meetups, and then free tools to survive all those things. So that's the reason we have the Pro versions as well. But yes, free version will always keep getting the updates and everything. That's not a problem. So yeah, that's pretty much from my end, guys. If you need any help, feel free to join the Selectors Hub Slack channel, Telegram group. Please do join, and if you need any help, I'm always here. With that, thank you so much, guys, for joining, and please do share about the Selectors Hub Test Case Studio. You can give the demo in your team. If you want to present these Selectors Hub and Test Case Studio in any meetup, conference, feel free to present. If you need any PPT, any help from me, do reach out to me. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me. And I will share the recording of this session. I will upload this on Selectors Hub YouTube channel, guys, so you can watch that. I will share the link as well. Please share Slack workspace. Yes. So okay. So guys, if any link you need, you will always find it here on Selectors Hub website. I'm sharing the Slack link here on this. And these all links are there in footers as well. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So any more questions, guys? And once again, thank you all for joining. And if you are guys are here in Bangalore, or if you want, you can travel, then please do join the wave test party on 18th June in Bangalore. That will be like great learning whole day. Me, Naveen, and Mukesh are hosting this meetup here. So yeah. Okay, again. Okay then, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining. Bye.